All right, so I got a reaction coming at y'all real quick, man. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this, and honestly, I feel like this was a horrible talking point. I just think we as a people got to start moving outside of what other people tell us to do. And I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So obviously they said that the Oscar night, the wardrobe was not something that Ciara came up with on her own, but that this was the theme of the show. So they got all the sisters. Everybody was out there with this type of wardrobe, right? This was the theme. This was the theme. Whoredom. This was the theme. Now, I can remember growing up, your parents would say that if your friends jump off a bridge, right? That's what we was told growing up. Just because somebody else told you to do something, or just because somebody else think it's okay to do, does that make it right for you to do? And that's what really bothered me about our people, man. I gotta go in the Bible. Because this right here is frustrating, because you gotta really think about it. You know what I'm saying? The black man been trying to get our sisters on the right path for a while now. You know what I'm saying? We asked the sister to wear their natural hair. No. We asked the sisters to stop wearing, you know what I'm saying, the eyelashes. No. We asked the sisters, you know what I'm saying, can they dress a little bit more modest? No. But the white man tell you, hey, come to the Oscars with no clothes on, and that's fine. That's okay though. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. You gotta really think about it. There's no nation less shameless than Esau, this so-called white man. For you to follow this white man, that's crazy. So when your brothers tell you, hey, y'all should move like this because it makes us look better as a race, nah, that ain't good enough for our people. But you come to a award show that's literally idolatry. Y'all gotta look up that Oscar award. Y'all gotta really look that up and where that come from. Let me read it again. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways, because our people was told to have a modest dress code. When you read 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9, we read Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5, we read Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. All these things was commanded to us. That the laws were supposed to separate us from the other races of people. That's our problem now. That's our problem now. We don't know just how pivotal the commandments are. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? Because obviously, you know what I'm saying, the Bible is the constitution of black folks. When you talk about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Bible was our constitution and law book. So we are supposed to keep the commandments. So when you look at an award show that the theme was a particular theme, right? Let alone the Oscars being hella racist. Every time a black person wins an Oscar, it's always in something negative. Either you a slave, a maid, you getting hit by a white man for no reason, you playing a horrible mother. Let's keep it a stack. So to me, for us to continue to follow after them in that is wild to me. But our God said, when people see us and how we move in the commandments, they would say, this is a wise and understanding people. We don't move like that though. Let me read it again. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. Because when I look at this, it frustrates me, because just because other races of people, mostly white people, they okay with this, that don't mean it's okay for us. That don't mean it's okay for us. So our sisters is allowed to dress like whores because other races of women dress like whores? Let me read it again. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, because that could have been a theme for everybody else. Then we show up in our royal apparel. But we don't think like that. We shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. We don't think like that. This is how we think. This is how we think. This is how we think. This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Because why do we always follow these people? We beg these people. We beg these people for acceptance so bad. When you don't even understand just how vile this white man is. You gotta really think about it. This is a shameless man. This man is shameless. This man is shameless. So I don't feel no type of way when I see Esau being okay with his daughters being out there like that with see-through clothes on. This man is Hebrews chapter 12 verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. You gotta really think about it. This is the forefather of the so-called white man. It's ain't nobody as profane as Esau. So we want to follow behind this man in dress code in these damn award shows. Let's keep it a step. It's enough talented black actors and actresses that they could have started their own award show, but they won't. They won't. So why would you try to follow this man? Of all people, why follow this man? Why follow them? Because let's keep it a step. Y'all, everybody know that dress code is out of order. Everybody know that. So why make the point that because everybody was told to do it, that it's okay? Why? Why does that make it okay? This is Jeremiah chapter 10. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Because that's one thing I love about the Bible. It's only talking to us. It's only talking to the Israelites. It's only talking to the children of Israel. Everybody else, y'all can do what y'all want to do until Christ returns. Then y'all gonna be forced to keep the law. As for us, we the ones that was given the law. We was the one that's supposed to separate ourselves from these other people. And I'm gonna get it. This is Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. Why did I get this? Because God commanding us, don't follow after these people. Do not follow their customs. Don't, like, we watch after what this white man do, and we just want to do everything that he want to do. It blows my mind, because on the one hand, we complain about white supremacy, but on the next hand, y'all want to do everything that he want to do. You asking for acceptance. You want him to accept you so bad that you will allow your daughters to go outside with no clothes on. It don't make no sense. God told us not to follow these people. Watch this. Watch this. This is the problem that we having, because the scriptures say ain't nobody more profane and a bigger fornicator than Esau. Why would you follow him and his woman? Why? We did it with the feminism shit. We did it with everything that you see in the black community. The way this white woman will fight against her man. Look, our sisters weren't like that. We follow after them in all things. Like it's in the Maccabees. We wanted to be like them in all things. This is Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Why? Because we want to be accepted. That's why our people go so hard in trying to follow after white people. You want to be accepted. We understand why y'all do it. You want to be accepted. Stop it. Stop. Our sisters are supposed to move in a particular manner. You gotta really think about the mindset too. Why wasn't the men coming in there with see-through clothes on? Cause we get into these bags about how the women get mistreated and how they overly sexualized, right? That they should have stood against that. Why didn't the men come in there? Nobody wanted to see that, but why? Why was it the theme for everybody to come up there like that? If that's the theme, why only the women? So y'all okay with it as long as it's the Oscars, right? Y'all okay with it as long as the white man, right? Telling y'all, hey, come on out here with your ass out. Come on out here with your breast showing. Go ahead. That's fine. That's fine. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. As long as it's for the Oscars, it's okay. The black man tell you put some clothes on, that's wrong. But the white man tell you to take your clothes off, everything fine. That's crazy. Let me read again. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, because this is one of the things that we really have an issue with in the black community. We don't want to say who better than others. We don't want to say that housewives and righteous women, virtuous women are better than the hoes. We want to keep them everybody together. We don't want to separate the hoes from the good girls, right? We don't want to separate the pookies from the prophets. That's a problem. Let me read it again. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. The righteous ain't gonna get caught up with this. That small remnant that Christ was talking about in the Gospels, we not gonna be fooled by this type of stuff. I know one thing. My brothers, when we saw this stuff, we all thought the same things. We probably the same precepts popping our head. Like that. Just like that. No. That ain't how it works. Because this is the problem right here that a lot of people gonna run into. Y'all think that y'all can just do whatever y'all want to. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but during sacrifices, things die. It said in the day of the Lord's sacrifice. Christ coming back to kill a lot of people. I don't know if y'all know that a lot. That I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. I don't know if y'all really don't read the Bible enough to know the Most High hate that thing. He hate that thing for you to be dressed out of order. When you see a man with a dress or skirt on, he hate that thing. To see a woman with pants on, he hate that thing. To see a man or a woman dressed immodestly, he hate that thing. You read Deuteronomy 20:25, he said it's an abomination. See, I know in the Christian church, only thing that's abominable is homosexuality. But when you read the scriptures, there's a lot of things that's abominable. But they don't teach that. You being dressed out of order, they don't teach that that's abominable. We laugh at it. We laugh at abominations today. We think it's funny. That ain't how it work, man. That ain't how it work, man. This junk this annoying, man. Why we can't just let them go out here by themselves like this? Our sisters supposed to be separate, man. Our sisters supposed to be separate from them. Look at why do our sisters got to go out there like this? Why? They could have allowed our sisters to do. They could have just did what they wanted to. It could have been an act of rebellion. But y'all just do whatever this dude say, and everything is fine. I want to get it one more time, just to drive the point home, because we also oppressed in every aspect of life except when it's supposed to be something prestigious. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Because he okay with his daughters and his wives out here dressed like hoes. He said nobody is more profane than Esau, but we follow after them. They have no shame. They don't care. When the scriptures say a shameless woman should be counted as a dog, right? So why would you allow the most shameless human being, the most shameless creation God ever created, to tell you, hey, we doing sheer see-through clothing for the Oscars. Y'all get yourselves prepared. We want y'all to come out here showing your skin. Come on out. I gotta get some more. I don't know why this annoyed me so bad. I think it annoyed me so bad because when black men say something, it's an automatic no. It's automatic. It's like, who are you to tell us what to do? But then you turn around and this is okay. Acts chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. That's the problem with the Christian church right there. Y'all obey all types of traditions of men, but y'all don't follow what the Bible say. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. Because I know, as for me and my house, we gonna do what the Bible say. The Bible tell you that your wives and your daughters are supposed to dress in modest apparel. As a man, to allow your daughter and your wife to go outside in immodest apparel, you hate your wife and your daughter, man. You hate your family, man. You hate your household. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. I don't want nothing bad for you if I want good things for me. So if I see you doing something that's going to get you lined up by God, why would I allow you to do that? When I done read the scriptures, I know how God get down. I know how he get down, like in Kings 22. He line you up. Hey, I want him dead. How y'all want to do it? I know how God get down. I done read Psalm 66. Terrible it is how God did with men. Why would I allow my daughter and my wife to go outside doing some stuff I know God hate? Man, we don't care. It is what it is, man. Stop following after these people. Stop following after these people, man. Because at the end of the day, us as a race got to get right. At the end of the day. And I know people gonna be like, well, God love everybody. Y'all gotta read the Bible, man. Y'all gotta read the Bible, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. That thing bothered me when people start going into how it's okay because it was the theme of the Oscars. So just because everybody dressed like whores, y'all think it's okay? I gotta get one more. I just thought about it talking right there. This is the issue. This is what's really wrong with America, for real. This is what's really wrong with America, for real. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. Because when you read in Revelation, it say America is the mother of harlots, which is crazy. Let me read it again. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. Because I don't know about y'all, but it bothered me when I see our sisters dressed like this. You in public, like you gotta really think about it. Some of the outfits that they had on at the Oscars look like lingerie. Y'all supposed to be wearing this in the privacy of y'all own homes, getting ready to do some grown up stuff. But y'all out here in public at an award show, which supposed to, like, you gotta really think about it. Banquets and ceremonies and stuff like that, you supposed to put on your finest. You supposed to put on your royal apparel. Y'all came out butt naked. That's crazy. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. And we already know America full of that. we ain't gotta go too much further in terms of that. But y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. I advise you men, you better stand up. Y'all better stand up, because they want your daughters, they want your wives, they trying to take them. They got their minds already. Y'all better stand up and fight for your people, man. Better fight for the minds of your people, because our sisters, they have been destroyed by this. The single mother race is high. Why? Promiscuity, immodesty, no hedge of protection, no men involved, no men out there for guidance and protection. Y'all better stand up. They following this white man. This white man said you can have sex with whoever you want to. This white man said you ain't got to get married to catch 100 bodies. This white man said, hey, push having a family back to 40. When the scriptures tell you being young and just doing whatever you want to do, that's vanity. And you can read that in Ecclesiastes. Youth is vain. But that's what people think. Well, I was young and dumb. That's the problem. But you know, it is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out.